All right, everybody, welcome to a fantastic evening out there, by the way, edition of the Fresh Takes podcast. Russo and Felice. I, of course, am Paul Russo, and across from me, as always, man, myth, legend himself, Nick Felice. Nick, how you doing tonight, bud?
I'm doing good, man. Got my douchebag look going right now.
Whoa.
With
Just to say that.
Just with the stash. But
I wouldn't say that. I'm not a douchebag.
just a douchebag look. There's a difference between a douchebag and a douchebag look.
I know. I don't think it's a douchebag look. Every now and then I'll bust out the stash, so.
Well, I mean, you're also Mexican, so.
Whoa. Okay, now we're treading down some interesting paths.
Anyway, we are fresh into year 2 of the Fresh Takes podcast. And there's a lot of fresh news going around the world of sports.
Yeah. So much so that we're talking about it, of course.
But it is going to be nice this weekend.
Yes.
That's what I hear.
Yes, I'm very excited. Great weather. Get out there and enjoy it while you can, folks, obviously. So I don't want to hear anybody bitching about it come November, how it was too hot and now it's too cold. Please, get out of here.
That's New York.
Anyway, let's look at the topics here. I got them up on the screen now for the past few seconds here.
I was way off on my picks, by the way. I thought for sure it would say Warriors Bruins on there, but it doesn't.
We got the exact opposite almost. Blues, they get their first cup. Speaking of first titles, the Raptors obviously defeating the Warriors. Obviously, maybe the bigger NBA news, depending upon who you ask, is AD going to the Lakers. We'll discuss that.
It's Anthony Davis.
Yep.
If you're not a fan of the sport.
Gary Woodland, nice victory in Pebble Beach over the weekend for the U.S. Open. And our final fresh take. We come back after a week off, obviously, since we celebrated our 1-year anniversary. So
final fresh take of the episode.
Yeah.
People are, if you're looking at this, you're a first-time viewer, this isn't the
listener,
final episode.
Yeah.
You know.
We aren't leaving yet.
No.
We know of anyway.
We'll figure it out for the new viewers, but
yeah. Either way, that's what we got on deck for the night. And without further ado, we'll head right in, I guess, to the first topic. The Blues bring St. Louis their first Stanley Cup title. 49 years since they last made an appearance in the Stanley Cup final. And it's a well worth wait, depending upon who you ask, I guess. I'm sure there's some Blues fans out there who want it sooner than others. But either way, pretty convincing Game 7 victory for the Blues, I'd say. I listened to it on the way back. I was up in Rochester for baseball, listened to it on the radio coming back, and then watched it at home. Certainly some surprising, I guess, stuff that happened maybe off the bat. Boston in the first probably 10 minutes of that game looked like they were for sure the better team on the ice, and the Blues only had one shot on goal for pretty much the first 15 minutes of that game. Then your Conn Smythe winner, the most valuable player throughout the playoffs, Ryan O'Reilly, got the scoring going with a little under 4 minutes left to go in that game, or the first period. And for the Blues, it was pretty much on from there. They pretty much went 2 minutes. Got another goal from Alex Pietrangelo. Ryan O'Reilly definitely deserves the Conn Smythe. He was pretty much in on everything for the Blues throughout the series. He had 23 points throughout the playoffs, Blues record. Obviously, if you make it to your second Stanley Cup ever, certainly an odds-on favorite to get that record, I suppose, if you base it off of numbers. What's weird, really, I guess, is Boston's their only goal came pretty much at the end of the game. 2 minutes left when that happened. Pretty odd. Gotta say, my favorite part maybe of that Game 7 was seeing Brad Marchand cry. Felt really fantastic. A little bit of happiness at the end of the rainbow for
I
for
think
the
I heard
for me.
Is that the second time Tuukka Rask, the goalie for the Bruins, has lost a Game 7 in the Stanley Cup?
I don't think so. I could be wrong, I suppose.
But I know you were excited about a Game 7, and you got it.
Yep.
Did it live up to the hype? Because it wasn't the best hockey game of the season, but
I think it did. I mean, I guess it would have been nice to see Boston kind of get in on the action a little bit more, but
you were excited to see the Blues win?
Yeah, I was excited to see the Blues win because, screw Boston. But, yeah, the better team definitely won that game. You didn't... I don't know. It's weird. Like I said, the first 10 minutes or so of that game, you definitely thought Boston was the better team and that Boston probably would have won that game. But sports is weird, obviously. I mean...
And hockey's a sport.
The Blues scored on their second shot of the game, and that was obviously well in the first period of the game, coming in the closing minutes, obviously, of the first period. So,
and hockey is the one sport out of the other sports where you can get beat pretty handily in Game 6 and come back and dominate Game 7.
Yeah.
Other sports, basketball and baseball, I feel like if you lose a Game 6 like that, usually it tends to trend over into Game 7. Yep. But hockey is different, and it showed with the Blues this year.
Yeah, that's certainly true. Obviously, going back to Ryan O'Reilly for a second, Sabres fans, I'm sure you're probably a little bit displeased, I suppose, with the way everything's now officially looking on that trade outcome, trading away O'Reilly to St. Louis, and your return at the moment not looking good. Obviously, you're... the pick you got from him, yeah, that's pick number 31 this year in the draft. So,
I mean,
at least on the positives, it's like fantasy football. You get to pretty much bookend the draft for round one for a round.
But it's not Snake.
No, not Snake. That's unfortunate.
But the Blues were 250 to 1 odds to win the Stanley Cup at the beginning of the year.
And you had the guy who bet on them in January, didn't hedge the bet at all, and walks away with, I think it's like, I'm probably getting the number wrong, and I'll look it up quick, like something like 200,000 or something like that. Some like ridiculous number. I'm going to look that up quick. Nick, why don't you talk some filler?
They said 250 to 1 was the Blues. They compared this. Some of them I agree. They said that's the same as Aaron Wise winning the U.S. Open, which he was up there for a little bit. He was up there.
Was off by 100,000. It's 100,000 that he won.
But let me finish my point.
Sorry, my bad.
250 to 1 is also Purdue winning the college football championship. And it's also, this is ridiculous, Harvard winning the men's basketball championship. Okay, the Blues winning the Stanley Cup will not be the same as Harvard winning the men's basketball championship. That's just not the same. But they're all 250 to 1 odds. So that's your comparison. I saw that on SportsCenter. I thought I'd bring it over to the FingerLakes1.com. But back to you, Paul.
Yeah, so the fans obviously a little bit richer.
So you're off 100,000.
Yeah, I was off 100,000. $400 bet, but whatever. The thing, too, usually Game 7's right. Maybe not usually, but in this series, like I said, it's been physical the whole series. Only one penalty in Game 7. That one against St. Louis for a delay of game penalty where the puck went over the glass on a clear.
Really? That was the only penalty?
That was the only penalty, and that was in the first period, about halfway through at the 8-minute mark. So... the series that I said would be physical, would probably be physical all the way through, didn't really, I guess, prove
and you also said that
exactly up to that point.
You also said it would be shocked if it didn't go 7.
Yep.
And it went 7.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised, too, a little bit that, I mean, obviously O'Reilly definitely deserves a Conn Smythe. I was surprised that Bennington didn't get it, the goaltender for St. Louis. The rookie was played outstanding. A little bit surprised also that Tuukka Rask didn't get any consideration, even though they lost. He pretty much not carried the Bruins, but they definitely don't get the 7 without him. So certainly interesting series on that front. Really looking forward to next year. Final year, I guess technically, where we're at 31 teams. We got Seattle in the mix at the end of next year. But much like a couple years ago, where we had the Vegas expansion draft coming in, and you saw how well Vegas did on the expansion draft. Going to be really interesting, I think, this upcoming year to see how teams kind of evaluate their players. Certainly you look at it. I don't think you'll see certain guys such as Marc-Andre Fleury be left unprotected. You saw how well, and this specifically, I guess, from a goaltending side too, you saw how well even their backup Malcolm Subban does. It'll be interesting to see how teams value their, second goalies in line. And the whole entire depth too. You got guys like Nick Schmidt who got left unprotected, and now he's, if you pay attention to hockey, he's becoming a household name. Guys also like, Jonathan Marchessault, who Tampa Bay had at one point, let him go, signed with the Panthers on a multi-year deal. They actually left him unprotected, and, now he's extended, he's becoming a household name with Vegas as well. So certain guys like that, former Blue Ryan Reeves, who has been outstanding as a Knight. So next year will be interesting to kind of see how things kind of play out there.
You got two New York City teams, New Jersey and the Rangers.
Yeah, the Rangers are
potentially getting really stud young players in this Friday's draft.
Well, they made a tremendous trade yesterday getting Trouba from the Jets. Certainly, I think a steal, if I'm being quite honest. So
the Rangers, right?
Yeah. It'd be interesting to kind of see, obviously. What happens, moving forward. It will be a fun off season. Obviously, it's always, if you pay attention, you love the sport. Any off season's kind of fun. Even though there's no games going on, the front office moves, free agency, all that type of deal.
Now is NHL and NBA the shortest off season?
Well, I guess the Big Four. You look at it. NBA ends. We'll just call it June through October, so that's 4 months.
I think it's baseball.
NHL starts in October now,
but their preseason starts in September.
Yeah, so we'll call it 3. Baseball is November by the time they get done now, so November, December, January, February, March. Baseball's 5 months. So, yeah, the Big Four, NHL and NBA certainly have the shorter seasons. And NFL is like, 7-8 months?
Yeah, they got the shortest from season to season. Baseball, though, that starts early February. I mean, if you wanted to really get technical.
Well, I guess, if you want to get technical with all of these, then,
But season to season, it's the shortest.
Yeah. And then,
so it won't be too long.
Nope. Certainly not. And then, their draft is this week, too, the end of this week. So, a lot of fun going on there. If anything major happens there, we'll discuss it next week. I don't think so. NHL draft this year, I think, will be pretty cut and dry, straightforward.
I just found out it was 7 rounds like NFL.
Yeah.
And it's 2 days.
Yeah, so I can't imagine. Like I said, I don't think we'll discuss anything really from it next week. I think everything pretty much from it's going to be cut and dry this year. I'll say nobody's really moving any of the top round picks. You're seeing a lot of 6 and 7s kind of get shuffled around right now, but outside of that, you're not seeing anything really north of them get shuffled. So, like I said, unless anything major drastically happens, like a really big name, like a Marchand or something like that gets moved, I don't think we'll talk about it. So, hockey for now. We'll catch you sometime probably.
See you later, hockey.
That being said,
now speaking of things you've said going into this next topic, you've said over and over and over for the last 6 to 8 months. I will believe it until I see it.
It happened.
It happened.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about the Warriors.
Yeah, the Warriors. You want to what? I'll let you take the start here. You want to what? Go ahead. Because I'm ready for this. I've been mentally preparing myself. So Nick, the floor is yours.
Well, it happened. They got beat. But I'm going to be that guy.
Yes.
I'm going to be that guy.
I was waiting for it.
If Klay Thompson is healthy.
There we go.
And if Durant is playing.
There we go.
My prediction of them winning in 5, I think, could definitely have happened. Like, come on.
I think it would have been like 6, but okay.
That's fair. They would have won this thing. I mean, Durant. And I'm okay with him playing, what was it, game 4? Game 5?
Yeah.
When he got hurt in. I'm okay with him because he wanted to play. I would have put him out there. You know, you're trying to make an epic comeback. Put him out there. Obviously, it didn't work the way you would hope, especially as a Knicks fan like I am. But they went for it. They tried. Klay Thompson ended up getting hurt even worse. So it came back to haunt them, and it could affect their dynasty. These guys could still stay with the Warriors, but it could affect them next year, especially when we talk about another team and another topic coming up. But I think if they're playing, this series isn't that close. Obviously, give the Raptors some credit. You know, they have Kawhi Leonard's the man. I think people, even how good he is, how people know how good he is, he's still underrated. People still underrate this guy. He could potentially be a top 2 player in the NBA. And Pascal Siakam, got to give him a shout out. Early shout out, not official shout out, but give Pascal some love. Marcus Saul, one of the biggest pickups in the midseason. Fred VanVleet, definitely the MVP of the clincher in Game 6. Wichita State, shout out. Nick Nurse, man, that guy can coach. He's a good coach. But Paul, you said if Durant and them were playing, you said they would win in 6.
Yeah, probably 6. I mean, there were a couple games, like, what was it? Game, I think, what game was it? Like, Game 3 or whatever? Like, it was just, like, a throttle. Like, I don't think it really would have made a difference. Like, there were a couple games, like, where even if Klay was healthy, even Durant was healthy, I don't think it makes a difference. But that happens in series from time to time. Like, you know what I mean?
Now, did you get your free taco today?
I did not. I was at work.
So, not to get sidetracked, but we're still on topic.
Yeah.
But so Taco Bell was giving away these free tacos every time someone
Doritos Locos
stole a
tacos.
road game in the NBA Finals. There was 5 road game winners in the NBA Finals. Is there not 5 taco days?
No, it's only 1. It's like steal a base, steal a taco in the MLB. It's only 1.
I could have sworn in the commercial they say every time a team steals a game.
Well, wait, did you get your free taco today?
No.
Oh.
No. It was 2-6.
I'm confused as to what your gripe is then right now.
I think there should be more taco days. That's my gripe. There should be 5 taco days. I'm almost certain.
What about just 5 tacos at once?
Now, 5 different days, because it was 5 different days the team stole a game in the NBA Finals. But I could have sworn they said in the commercial, every time a team steals a game, you get a free taco. Okay. Well, anyway, speaking of stealing games, what do you think of the Warriors going 0-3 at home in the NBA Finals in their last year at Oracle?
Well, somebody said an interesting stat. I forget where it was. I want to say it was actually Stan Van Gundy on Le Batard at the end of last week. So in Steve Kerr's first 3 years as the Warriors head coach, they only lost 9 home games collectively across those 3 years, and that includes playoffs. All right? 9 or 10, something like that. You want to know how many they lost this year alone, plus playoffs at home? It ended up being 13.
Really?
Yeah.
And that was 13 in his other years?
It was 9 in his other years. 9 or 10 in the other years, and 13 alone this year.
Wow.
So they didn't play, obviously, as well as they did at home as they have in, I guess, the past with this. I don't know what the reason is. Contribute to maybe team chemistry being different this time around. I don't know. But there's that.
Fans are losing the heart after 3 championships out of the last 4 years.
Maybe.
Clay did call him out early on.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It was weird. I forgot who was complaining. Like, it was weird. I think it was Jeff Van Gundy complaining about, like, you look at, like, Toronto and, like, their fans were getting back in time and, like, the Warriors were so great. Well, like, you go to any, like, arena, like, at halftime, like, everything's going to be, every line to anything is going to be out the freaking door. So, I don't know. I mean, so I want to get past that. I want to get to Toronto a little bit because like I said, like this team poses the challenge. Because I mean, you brought up Siakam kind of had his way, especially early on in the series. Fred VanVleet played freaking tremendous basketball. I don't know, what to call it for him because this was a guy who barely made it onto an NBA roster when he first got into the league a couple of years ago. Kyle Lowry, people are kind of knocking on him. I thought he played a really phenomenal series. Marcus Gasol played extremely well as well. Serge Ibaka came on strong the second half of that series.
In these series,
Danny Green played extremely good veteran basketball, and what I mean by that is he hit the shots when they needed them to go in. He played, I thought, great defense a lot of the time. Then obviously Kawhi. I mean,
then obviously Jeremy Lin.
Jeremy Lin. But Kawhi, I mean, this was the exact series he needed if he thought about leaving Toronto, if you know what I mean.
And even if you're a Raptors fan and he leaves, you got to be happy.
Yeah.
You got the one.
Yeah.
You got the one championship. But I think he's got a chance of staying. I really do.
I think it's only down to I think it's down to the Raptors and the Clippers, everything I understand. So, and I don't know why. I'm not saying 100% go to the Clippers or 100% don't go to the Clippers. I think he'll weigh his options. The Clippers are an extremely well-run team. Steve Ballmer is an owner that obviously definitely cares. And your two main guys in the front office are Jerry West and Doc Rivers. So I think that bodes extremely well in that case. I'm going to take a quick takeaway from Game of Zones, which is if you don't know, it's a mini series from Bleacher Report that they do every year.
Cartoons.
Cartoons they based around Game of Thrones.
Making fun of the NBA, basically.
They had a part in it where Patrick Beverley goes to Kevin Durant, and it's a really good point. Like, it's actually true the more you think about it, right? They're just a bunch of, they're a bunch of role players, and all they need is the one guy. And honestly, you get Kawhi out there with guys like Patrick Beverley, right? And like a guy like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who has played phenomenal basketball his rookie year, kind of guy that we kind of not wrote off, but we didn't expect the year that we got from him. They were a team that planned on tanking the second half of the year, and they ended up making the playoffs, and they gave the Golden State Warriors a hell of a run. So
there's a lot of teams like that.
Yeah.
Actually. I think another team like that is Utah.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if they got a superstar.
Yeah.
I can't really think of any other one on the top of my head. Even if with Jokic,
you look at a team that made the playoffs too out east, the Magic kind of like that as well now.
Yeah. Even with Jokic, if they added a superstar on that team would be really good.
Denver would be good.
Yeah, really good.
But yeah, like I said, I can't imagine Kawhi going anywhere outside of Toronto or maybe the Clippers. I'm telling you what, he stays in Toronto and they're able to interchange or keep some of these pieces, man. They might be a new front-running team. Because we really don't know what's going on with Golden State at this point going into this offseason. KD has two very big options he's obviously got to consider. You play it safe and just get your money for the year and then do like a one-year deal somewhere, probably with Golden State again at the end of next year because he's going to miss all next year. Or do you decline the option and obviously somebody's going to throw a max at him. I'd imagine the Knicks will throw the max at him.
100%.
I'd imagine there's going to be a couple other teams outside of the Knicks that will throw the max at him and just run the risk. Like, hey.
He'll come back. Will he be the same player, though, is the question.
So, I said to you over the weekend, and it's true. A Kevin Durant that's at 80% is better than 90% of the league. So, I mean, I obviously he's not going to be the same player. I think we all kind of agree on that. I'd like to think not, though. Part of me doesn't want that to be true, but it's the Achilles. I mean,
what did Paul George have?
Paul George,
because he's still a really good player.
Well, that's a little bit different. He pretty much he didn't pull Sean Livingston, but he pretty much destroyed his knee. Just to say it bluntly, I mean, ACL, PCL, MCL, all of it was either torn, partially torn, or what do you call it? I'm having a mind fart right now. Either way, yeah, I mean, I think he also broke his kneecap too or something.
He's come back.
He came back strong. He's not. He has changed his game though. He doesn't drive as much anymore. He's more of a shooter now. Stuff that you kind of don't whatever. But it'll be interesting. Then obviously Clay's a free agent. I guess all signs kind of point to him staying in Golden State, but
he's out for the year, isn't he?
He'll be close to the year, is my bet. Be interesting to kind of see though what he does. Does he stay with Golden State? A lot of indications point there. A lot of indications point to the Lakers. So I don't know what they'll do on that front. It'll be weird. It'll be interesting. There is one part though of the finals I want to go back to and discuss, and that is of course our new favorite guy on the internet, Plant Guy. He did. I don't know if you saw the video, Nick. He did get his coactus to Kawhi during the parade.
Really?
It wasn't the same plant in the video the night they won, but it was a little potted cactus, and he handed it up to him on the bus, and Kawhi took it.
Really?
Yeah.
I did see the video.
Also Kawhi was the most Kawhi thing ever during the parade. Did you see the shirt?
No.
Boardman gets paid. He had his girl, which by the way,
you say board or poor?
Boardman.
Board.
Did you know he had a girlfriend and a kid?
No.
Surprise.
Well, I mean, doesn't really talk about his life.
Yeah, no.
You wouldn't know.
Oh, so pretty interesting there, I guess. I suppose.
Jeremy Lin, though.
Jeremy Lin, yes, won an NBA title before Carmelo Anthony.
For a lot of people.
Patrick McCaw, three-peat champion. How about that?
He's a legend.
Yeah.
This guy's main rings is LeBron.
He's coming for Bill Russell next.
Yeah. How many did Bill Russell got?
11. He's got 11.
Speaking of a team that wants to win a championship.
Yes. Oh, I see what you did there. I thought you were still talking about something else, and I completely...
I am transitioning over. It's past the halfway mark of the show.
I butchered that admittedly, and I need to apologize because I just misread that completely.
It's all right. We'll live. You take over now.
Okay. Anthony Davis finally gets his wish. He's finally out in New Orleans, and he's going to the Lakers with LeBron. First off, in New Orleans, I love how people are like, it's still a great trade for what they gave up. No. If you're New Orleans, you just fleeced the Lakers. 3 first-rounders, let alone the players. Got 3 first-round picks, including number 4 this year. My God. Fantastic. David Griffin pulled off the ultimate trade. He really did. This is if you're old enough to remember, I think this is going to be a lot like Herschel Walker. When he got traded from Dallas to Minnesota, and literally Dallas got the plethora of draft picks. This is a tremendous deal. The Pelicans also got Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, and Josh Hart. This just might be what a guy like Lonzo Ball needs. Kind of get out of LA, kind of can do your own thing. For a while, it kind of worked for Austin Rivers a little bit in a weird way. Once he got out, a lot of hype surrounding him, and he turned into a pretty decent role player. So you never know. But this is pretty, this sets up the table now for this offseason and what's going to happen. A lot of different stuff, a lot of different moving pieces, a lot of different moving tools. Your Knicks got inadvertently thrown in this at one point, I thought, but,
Paul, I'm going to have to disagree with you.
Whoa. All right.
I'm going to have to disagree with you. I think this is a terrible trade for the Pelicans. And here's why. You gave up a top 5 player for nothing. You heard me. Yeah, you know, Paul, we was all excited. I'm putting him down. Don't usually do this, but I'm putting him down. Lonzo Ball is not going to want to stay in New Orleans once his contract runs out. And he's like the one piece, or that 4th pick. He's like the one piece that's like, ooh, yeah, we got him. Ingram, not a big Ingram fan. I'm not. I don't think he's that good of a player. He's all right. He's a good scorer. He's not going to do anything for New Orleans. Josh Hart is he's a back end of a bench. And those 3 first-round picks, say the Lakers do stay healthy with LeBron and Anthony Davis, you're only getting that 4th pick. What are you going to get after that? 28, 29? If they're in the NBA Finals, top seed, it's not going to be the greatest picks. I mean, they're first-rounders. Don't get me wrong. I mean, you're going to have your shitty first-round pick that the Pelicans will have. That's for sure. Then you get a late first-rounder because of the Lakers. And then especially if this 4th pick is what you got, there's a lot of people saying there's only 3 good players in this draft. Who are you getting it for? You getting Hunter? You getting Culver? You getting Bobo? Who are you getting it for? That's the worst thing that can come out of this. And I'm not the biggest Dave Griffin fan. I know he's buddies with LeBron. I ain't blind. I know he's buddies with LeBron. I know this is a setup. And I know he called my Knicks trash. I know that. It's got a lot to do with this comment that I have about this team right now. Mitchell Robinson's a great player. You lost him. You're lost, New Orleans. I hope you and Dallas suck. Anyway, here's how it could be good for New Orleans. Say the Lakers do not stay healthy. Say LeBron gets hurt again. Say Anthony Davis stays hurt. The Lakers are screwed. They are screwed if they do not stay healthy. Because all of a sudden, New Orleans has 2 picks in the top 5. Because you're not good, New Orleans. You're not good. You're not going to win. You're not going to win. You're going to have a top 5 pick. Then you could also have the Lakers pick. And the Lakers could be screwed for 3 years without a pick. No future. I would love that if they don't stay healthy. If they stay healthy, yeah, it's going to work. If they don't, the Lakers are screwed. And I'm going to love it because Wayne Horse from ESPN, who stalks LeBron, says no one wants to go there. And that could be true. Who would want to go there? Who wants to play with LeBron?
I feel bad. You just threw Windhorse under the bus for
I like Windhorse.
I like Windhorse. He's a good reporter.
He's a LeBron stalker. Come on, it's getting creepy now.
Not anymore, dude. They're kind of they've expanded his wing out.
Yeah. Anyway, if they don't stay healthy, New Orleans could have 2. They could have 2 top 10 picks for the next 3 years. That could be huge. If they don't stay healthy. If that Laker team is really not healthy and they become bad again, that's 2 top 10 picks for the next 3 years. They will be set. Maybe Lonzo Ball might stay. Maybe LeVar will like Mardi Gras. Maybe, the balls will move to New Orleans.
I'll say LaMelo.
Yeah, it could work out, but I could also see it not working out. But that's every trade. Everyone thinks there's a positive and negative. I just gave you the positive and the negative to this trade for New Orleans. I'm not a fan of the trade. I think Kuzma should have been in the deal. He should have been in the deal. I don't know. We'll see. Anthony Davis is a really good player.
What number will he wear?
What number was he wearing before? I'm not a number.
23. He was wearing 23.
Oh, yeah.
But that's LeBron's number.
Yeah, but... And that's another thing, if it doesn't work out. LeBron's going to be retiring here soon. Anthony Davis, he's back on a New Orleans team in L.A. But he'll wear number 24.
It's retired. That's retarded. You caught me mid-yawn.
He'll wear number 8.
Awkward.
I don't know. 32. He'll go weird.
That's also retired. That's also retired.
Is that Shaq's?
32 is Magic Johnson, and 99 is George Mikan.
That's also retired?
Yep. 99 is George
Yankees,
Mikan.
every number retired? Yankees don't even have a single
Actually,
digit
yeah,
number.
pretty much. Them and Boston have, yeah.
Anyway, I don't care what number he wears. The only number he should be putting up is points.
How about that?
Yes. I don't like that. I don't like the David Griffith's comment about. I don't like David Griffin to begin with. But the fact that he said that the whole team is trash. Don't get me wrong. The Knicks got a lot of bad players on their team right now. Kadeem Allen. I know Fizdale's a big Kadeem Allen fan.
Who?
Yeah, exactly. Damian Dotson.
Who?
Good young player, but Mitchell Robinson's a stud. You gotta watch him play. You gotta watch him play. He's the one bright spot in the entire team. And Frank, I love Frank, but I think he's going here soon.
DSJ.
My brother Matt, you've heard of him. He said there's a rumor out there that Frank and the third overall pick could go for Bradley Beal.
Wow.
Yeah.
How about that?
It could be RJ Barrett and Frank for Beal. I pulled the trigger on that.
I know I probably, maybe not. I don't know.
Beal needs to get away from that wall, dude. That guy's crazy. Can't even throw out a first pitch. But anyway.
I love how the past, 3 minutes was just an all-out rant. I loved it. Oh.
You know,
that was great.
I don't like the Lakers. I don't. And I don't like LeBron. Nope, I'm done.
You're done?
I'm done.
All right.
Tell me when Gary's on the screen.
No. Well, okay. Well, I'm going to go a little bit here. But,
yes.
Now you have the Lakers in an interesting spot because now they're trying to move contracts. They're trying to trade, or not maybe trade, but move in some caliber, like a Mo Wagner. A couple other guys, I forget their names off the top of my head. The only reason why I remember Mo Wagner is because he's the only player on the Lakers roster drafted by the Lakers right now. And then you got your slew of other random guys on there, like, Lance Stevenson, Rajon Rondo, JaVale McGee. So it'll be interesting to kind of see. They're trying to make moves so they can get a max slot available on roster. Whether that means Kemba Walker, doubt Kyrie ends up there.
No, they keep saying Kyrie. He ain't playing with LeBron.
Whether they're able to do a sign-and-trade deal with Washington for Bradley Beal. Could be Clay even. Clay obviously has the max, as I alluded to a few minutes ago. So the Lakers are trying to move. I think Kemba would probably be the logical one, at least.
Who do you
but then again, you got that's 3 guys on the team that need the ball in their hands.
But who would you choose, MJ or LeBron?
In this current setting, I mean LeBron. MJ is doing a terrible job running that team. I'll just go ahead and say it. I don't care.
Yeah. I mean, he has, one playoff win, maybe? Maybe.
I don't know. Purple shirt guy ruined it for him, so.
Yeah.
I guess I take care of that.
Yeah. Good job, Lakers.
You ready for Gary to come on the screen?
Gary.
All right, Nick. I'll let you take the wheel. Golf is your specialty, so.
Well.
Did you watch the whole entire... Did you watch the whole entire tournament?
I watched the whole entire Sunday.
Yeah.
I watched. I didn't catch it on Saturday. I was doing something. I don't even remember what I was doing, but I was doing something.
You were drinking.
Yeah, probably. So I did see all of Sunday, and Gary Woodland, he played well. He did. I thought for sure he was going to choke again like he always does. He's been up there a few times. But, man... You can't hate the way Brooks Koepka has been swinging the club. That guy, he goes out there and gives himself a shot every single major for the last 3 years. He is a baller. And you got to feel for Justin Rose. Justin Rose is a great golfer. Top 5 golfer, in my opinion, right now. But he just did not play well on Sunday. Sunday was not Justin Rose's day. That's golf. That's going to happen. He should have took advantage of that front 9. Didn't. And the back 9 really hurt him and put him out of contention. And really, other than those 3, they were really it. Xander was in it. They kept showing Rory for some reason. I kept yelling at the TV, take him off the screen. Take him off the screen. I'm tired of looking at Rory. He's -6. He's 7 back. But, Woodland, he just played excellent golf. Koepka needed to make that birdie. On 18. Really became up a layup for Woodland when he came to 18. What really was huge with Woodland using that chip on 17. That won him the tournament. And then it's so happy he made that putt on 18. That's a great moment for Gary. Gary had that tragedy a couple years ago, I think, where he lost one of his twins' sons. Mm-hmm. And now he's got another pair of twins on the way, so that's tough. But emotional win, first major on Father's Day for Gary. And I guess he's one of the nicest golfers on the tour. And, I'm happy for Gary. Will he win another? Time will tell. Koepka, now for sure you'll expect to see him again. He is just good. I still think one of these majors coming up he's going to struggle because that's going to happen. Tiger, let's talk about Tiger. He played par golf.
You did.
He was playing mediocre to start the round, and then he got hot. It's unnoticed. He got hot at the end of that round on Sunday. He was 4 over, got all the way to 200 to end his round. Tiger played well. I don't know if it's going to be momentum going into Europe, but I don't see another major for Tiger coming up.
He is taking the next few weeks off before the Open.
Yeah.
So,
I'd like to see Gary win another one, but it's hard to win one. I mean, he's now in the class of Jason Day, Justin Rose. I guess he's really buddies with Justin Rose. I did not know that.
Danny Willett.
Danny Willett.
How about that name?
Lucas
That's right,
baby. Dustin Johnson, Justin Thomas, all these guys who have won. I still say it every time we talk about golf.
Louis Oosthuizen.
Yep. Still say it every time we talk about golf. Ricky Fowler going to win a major someday. God. He was up there again.
I'll say he looked good for
terrible
again through the first pretty much 2.5 rounds.
I will say one thing. A name people probably don't know. Victor Hovland.
Yes.
Amateur. Back-to-back low amateur at the U.S. Open, and he was the low amateur at the Masters this year. And I think he's about to turn pro. That kid, he's not American.
He's from Denmark.
Yeah, Denmark. He's going to be a stud.
Played college golf at Oklahoma State.
He's got a
Golf U.
He's got a smile worth a lot.
He was happy to be there. That's all he cared about.
Yes, he was. He's a good golfer. I think top 15 at this.
He did. He finished tied 12th.
Yeah. Good.
Same company as Danny Willett.
You like Danny Willett?
Nah, I mean,
Masters champ. He's got a green jacket. Koepka don't have a green jacket.
Can we just, I can't get over how Brooks played the front 9 on Sunday. I mean, that was a hot start, but
he was down 4-stroke, got him right in it.
He just couldn't capitalize, I guess, And for Gary did exactly what he had to do, especially on the back 9 on the Sunday. He literally just had to pretty much play par golf.
He did.
And
he never made any mistakes.
Didn't. And I mean, I kind of joked with my dad watching him literally bang home that freaking birdie putt on 18.
Yeah.
I'm like, what if he just nailed it to win, right? And
he did.
My dad's like, he probably will. I'm like, I'm just saying, because I'm figuring at that point, right? No sense in risking it. Even on a putt, you can lay it up a little bit. No sense in risking. He just freaking banged it right home. So, I mean, that was a cool, especially Sunday. It was a cool Sunday to watch.
Then you had that awkward moment when Justin Rose had to finish up.
Yeah, I felt kind of bad because he had to two-putt. He ended up two-putting it, I remember.
Yeah, he had money on the line there.
So
I didn't care about that.
So our guys, I guess, did I finish that? No, you took Xander, didn't you? Or was that Pat?
I took Dustin and Xander as my sleeper. Pat took Matsuyama.
Yeah, so I guess I finished obviously ahead.
You took Rory, right?
I took Rory, so my outright pick did better than your guys'
and you
outright
also
pick.
Won with the Raptors.
I did.
You said Raptors in 6.
Damn, that was a good week for me last week in the prediction front.
You beat me and Pat.
Damn, that kind of feels nice.
And you also said Syracuse football was to be 10-2. I know it's been a while.
No. Look, we're going to beat Clemson. We're going to surprise everyone. We're going to make it into the playoff. I've changed my mind.
Wow.
Because, look, not to get too off topic, but they have an event at Turning Stone on Friday. They tweeted a teaser pic of something. Looked like a face mask for an announcement on Friday. We announced the new deal with Nike. I think we're getting new uniforms for football. Something not as bad as what we've had. So I'm excited. But that we're getting off topic there. So
That's for later.
yeah. Speaking of later, Nick, we'll go to you first again here for our final fresh
Now, if
take.
you're a first-time viewer, this isn't the end of the show.
No, we're not leaving. Well, technically it is the end of the show, at least.
Yeah, I gotta go home.
Yeah.
But I can't stay here all night.
No, neither can I.
We're gonna have a 24-hour show one of these days.
I hope not.
I really don't. That'd be
So
tough.
final fresh take is where we give our topic that we think that we choose and we want to talk about, and we give our take and we kind of discuss a little bit if it's something worth discussing. So
Let's get down to the nitty-gritty.
let's get down to it. Nick, your final fresh take.
Oh, back to the NBA. The NBA draft is this Thursday.
Yep.
It is less than 48 hours till we know who's the first overall pick. Oh, wait. We already knew that. It was last summer. We knew who the first overall pick was. It's going to be Zion Williamson. I'm not the biggest Zion fan. I got a headache listening to him. I'll be honest with you guys. You guys are my viewers, and there might only be two of you. I'm talking to you. And Zion just gave me a headache. He gave me a headache. And Duke. I'm sick and tired of ESPN talking about Duke the whole year. I'm not a Duke guy. We're neither one of us are Duke guys.
Mm-mm.
Actually, we're kind of Duke haters.
Big Duke haters.
Yes. He'll be number one. Number two, you want to get controversy, It's going to be Ja. Ja's going to Memphis. And then it's the Knicks at 3. And that's... We're going to take R.J. Barrett, right? But this is the Knicks. And as a Knicks fan, would I be surprised if Jared Culver pops up or DeAndre Hunter? No, because it's the Knicks. They never take the guy you're supposed to take. You had Dennis Smith. Let's take Frank. You had Michael Porter. Let's take Knox. Obviously, as a Knicks fan, I'll be loyal to the guys we draft. So I've been a fan of Frank. I've been a fan of Knox. But we really should have took Dennis Smith. But, we got Dennis Smith. We really should have took Michael Porter. But Michael Porter has scored 0 points in the last 300-something days. So, we'll see. I think they're going to take Barrett. And you got to remember, Barrett was the top player out of high school. So, R.J. Barrett's a good player. And I think his shot could come through. Some sleepers in this year's draft? I don't know if there is any, but a sleeper in this year's draft. I put myself on the spot. I don't know.
Yeah, you did.
A sleeper in this year's draft, I will say... I'll say DeAndre Hunter. It's not like he's going to be far. DeAndre Hunter, though, could be that type of player, like a Kawhi Leonard. If he gets that shot going, we already know he can play defense. He's going to be a top 10 pick. But he could be one of the best players in this draft. I mean, if he gets that shot going, I've seen him play at Virginia, and he shut Jared Culver down. So he should be ahead of Jared Culver in that championship game. He shut him down. But if you want to talk locally, Syracuse has 2 players potentially could be in the draft. Tyus Battle and O'Shea Brissett. First of all, why are we talking about O'Shea Brissett in the NBA draft after the year he had? Please, I don't know why, but we are.
Get that bag, homie.
O'Shea Brissett is not going to be drafted on Thursday. I'm sorry, O'Shea. You're going to go to a summer league. You're going to be undrafted. You probably play for Utah. Get a couple minutes, make a couple threes, miss a bunch of threes in the summer league, and then lined up probably playing for the Cavs in the G League. That's what it looks like, O'Shea. You got about 3 years to figure it out. Tyus Battle now. I'm a big Tyus Battle fan. Believe it or not, I am. I don't think he's going to get drafted either. I don't. I don't know why. O.J. Brissett's in this draft. Tyus Battles, he was a senior, right?
No, junior.
No, they both left. This seems familiar as a Syracuse fan.
Yeah.
I mean, Tyler Lydon, Johnny Flynn, Dante Green. Dante Green? Really? Dante Green?
Leave.
Oh, well, we know why Paul Harris left. He could not stand any more time with Jim Boeheim.
He was also a senior.
Yep. How did he survive? But anyway, neither one of these Syracuse players are going to get drafted. If Battle gets drafted, it will be 59th or 60th. But I don't want to put him on the spot. If Tyus Battle goes to the G League has improved. If he goes to the G League, potentially, if he gets on the right team, is this a Fred VanVleet 3 years from now?
You never know.
You never know. I'm rooting for Tyus. Syracuse, though, if they had those two guys, they could have been really good this year. But they don't. And they're very young. I don't know how they're going to do. That's another story. This is about the NBA draft. It is on at 8 o'clock, I think.
Something like that.
ESPN or ABC. I don't know. I really haven't looked it up for you. But it just says, and probably Adam Silver.
I figured just the way you were ranting, I thought, oh yeah, Adam Silver is definitely getting brought up in this.
Yes, Adam Silver is a bald. He's bald.
Oh boy.
He's good. I would have ran it on him if he had said, "Congratulations to the Golden State Warriors." But he's not going to say that because they got beat. Adam Silver, will he get booed?
Yeah, I think somebody will.
Yeah, and they always share the other guy, the lottery guy. But anyway, I think it's going to be a good draft. It's going to be fun. I'm so happy Bill Simmons isn't part of the crew anymore. That was painful. It was really painful to watch Bill Simmons on that crew, but that is my...
Paul Pierce is better.
I think my dad is reading something. Michelle Beadle got cut.
Good.
She was making $15 million?
Good.
No, not good. That's ridiculous.
No, I'm talking about her getting cut.
Oh, yeah. But anyway, Paul, what is your final fresh take?
Wow. My final fresh take. I was not, just tossing it right over. So, as you know, I'm an NASCAR fan, and Darrell Waltrip this weekend will be calling his final broadcast of his career for Fox. Probably his final deal, I guess, full-time in NASCAR. His career has spanned 49 years since his first race he ran in 1970. Been part of a lot of big moments in this sport. Obviously, his first ever race he called for full-time it was 2001 Daytona 500 where Dale Earnhardt passed, and his brother won his first career race. He's been a part of a lot of big moments. I've been on him pretty, I guess, hard in conversation with people.
Why don't you like him?
It's not like I don't like him. He's been a tremendous ambassador for the sport. It's just that, especially with the new generation, there's that Gen 6 car that dates back to 2013. His knowledge has slipped up bad. He doesn't understand a lot about the cars anymore. You notice that with Jeff Gordon in the booth now. I think Fox has turned him into a bit of a cartoon character, if you will. But as much as I've bagged on him, I shared an article on Facebook a while back about why it's his time to go, why it's a little bit overdue. This is a guy who you can't ask for a better ambassador for the sport. He will be missed. Yeah, it's not like he's going anywhere, I don't think. I'm sure he'll be around a little bit. I'm sure Fox will keep him around, go on their NASCAR show, Race Hub, every now and then offer his 2 cents. So DW, we'll miss you in some capacity, but thank you for being a great ambassador to the sport. Good luck. Have fun in retirement. Whatever you do. And just keep being you. He's a one-of-a-kind personality. We need more of that, I think, in sports in general. So, DW, thank you. 49 years in NASCAR. We appreciate it. Have fun. Good luck in retirement. Stay safe. Be healthy. I'm sure you're listening, obviously. So, we'll catch him. We'll catch him somewhere. I don't know where, but we'll catch him somewhere.
Yeah, where would we find? Is he even on social media?
He is. He's on Twitter. He's a good Twitter follow.
Really?
I don't follow him, but he's a good Twitter follow. That takes us to the end of our podcast for today.
It always does.
Nick, I will toss it to you. Who are you shouting out today?
I got a weird shout out today.
Whoa.
So I've done double shout outs. I've done triple shout outs. I've done negative shout outs. I've done positive shout outs. Today I'm going to shout out someone who's not even real.
Okay. Interesting.
I'm going to shout out Nate Parker. A hidden gem show is on TBS. Not a lot of people know about TBS.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people know about TBS.
But anyway, the show Detour just came back tonight, 4th season, tonight 10:30. And there's this guy named Nate Parker on there. Funniest guy I've ever seen on TV. That dude's funny. Really, it's a shout out to the whole show itself. But shout out Nate Parker, a fictional character played by Jason Jones, who's actually married to Samantha Bee. You know Samantha Bee?
I do.
Married to her. She actually is the writer of the show. Pretty sure she plays the mom of him in the show. They don't show her. She's blurry. But The Detour is a funny-ass show. You got to go watch it on TBS. You can watch it on the TBS On Demand and the app. I feel like I'm promoting it, but shout out Nate Parker. Funny dude. First ever fictional shout out for the new year.
Yeah.
It's getting weird.
Yeah, it is getting weird. So we appreciate you guys tuning in as always. If you haven't already, like, share, subscribe to the Finger Lakes One YouTube channel to keep up to date with all this stuff. Download the app. It's tremendous. I get all my news that way locally. And with that in mind, we'll catch you guys next week on the Fresh Takes Podcast.